There's some somewhere.
Somewhere. Okay. Yeah. All right. Anyway, the mayor of Fort Dodge is here, and he's here for one reason, really, and that's to answer your question and comments. If you have a question or comment, it's 515-955-1400, or you can ask a question on StreamYard. Yes, we have posting available on StreamYard. So, again, go to the AM 1400 KVFD page. Go to the Alpha Media Fort Dodge website, my personal page, Michael Devine, of course, and there's a comment section on there. Please use that comment section if you have a question or comment. And the usual way, of course, the telephone is still available, but it's weird that one day we won't even have communication by telephone, I suppose. The world changes quite a bit. All right. Matt Bemrick is here. He has a new haircut, which you can see by going to StreamYard. A new cool haircut. That's not the usual Bemrick orange that you have there. The usual Bemrick orange is
burnt orange, I guess.
Burnt, yeah.
Burnt.
Sunburst orange or something. They, car companies come up with these weird names for colors. And I remember there was a little Ford Ranger I looked at 4 years ago. Sunburst orange. But anyway. We got a big day coming up on Monday. That's RAGBRAI, of course. Big day for the town.
Busy day.
We'll be downtown broadcasting live on Central Avenue, doing a couple other things. I won't be there necessarily down at the city square, but we'll set up some of the music stations. We'll set up downtown and interview people and try to keep everybody entertained with music and that sort of thing.
Great.
Between our market manager getting COVID,
oh no,
Jedbury, yeah, he's been in the hospital, and that's
poor guy.
Yeah, that sucks. I've been there, and others have as well. So we kind of got RAGBRAI kind of snuck up on us a little bit. Maybe I'll still try to run out there. And I suppose I have to have city permission to set up a live broadcasting area down on the square itself.
The city manager? Have you met him yet?
I have met him. Yes.
Okay. I'd give him a call. I bet he can make some things happen.
Yeah, really. Dr. Evil, I forgot about him. Yeah,
Dr. Evil.
The jumbo size Dr. Evil. Yeah. Anyway, 955-1400 if you have a question or comment. What's going to be your role in?
I don't have much of a role this time.
5 years ago, you were on a golf cart buzzing all around. I was
all
town,
over the place,
up and down and all around. You and Kelly Heineman, as I recall.
Kelly Heineman was a very active guy last time. I had a little less stress than Kelly.
A little more.
I'd probably
stress,
say a little less. I'd probably say a lot more.
Why? Because Kelly was still in the highway patrol.
No, he had such a dynamic position as one of the chairs.
Oh, was he? I don't remember.
Yeah, he was one of the chairs, and he was busy. That was a crazy day. It was super busy. We had never tried to pull off an event that size out by the mall before. RAGBRAI's always traditionally ended up in the downtown area.
Sure.
So, it was kind of a new thing, hadn't been tried, wasn't sure how it was going to flow and getting people back and forth to places, but it all worked out great.
Yeah, the RAGBRAI people seem to know what they're doing sometimes.
They do, and they give you a lot of guidance and stuff, but it still is a matter of getting that volunteer group, out there, get them motivated, energized to put on a good show.
Nikki and Evan Conrad were here, and David Furyk was here. We talked about RAGBRAI earlier in the week, of course. And I assume that they still need people to volunteer their homes.
For riders to stay.
Yeah. Overnight.
I couldn't honestly tell you where they're at on that. If they're still looking, I would imagine they are, and I think if you go to the RAGBRAI Fort Dodge Facebook page, there's a lot of information on who to contact. And I'm sure even if somebody still wanted to volunteer to help some way that day, they probably still have a need for additional volunteers. So if you haven't thought about it or you got freed up from something that you might have thought would have conflicted and you can do something on Monday, I'm sure you can get a hold of one of the many people that I think you see posting on those pages. And they should be able to guide you in the right place.
Today is what, the
22nd.
Yeah, so next week will be the last day anybody can file for public office in the city of Fort Dodge.
No, it isn't.
When's the last day to file if you intend to run for city council or mayor?
I think it's August something.
Okay.
I could be wrong.
I could be too.
I was wrong about when Ragbri was last week when I was there.
Yes, you were. I'll never let you forget that.
Yeah, I won't either. I'm not sure.
The way you told me it was last Monday. Well, no, it's no, Mike, you moron.
No, I did not do that.
Come on.
Now you're sensationalizing for the radio again.
No. I always think you're playing to the City Hall crowd. Yeah, I'll go over there and put that divine in his place. All right, Mike, you moron. No. So everybody would come to town for
I don't know how many people in City Hall even listen.
Well, they're aware of what goes on.
Yeah, I mean,
it gets back to them.
Sure.
All those things. I don't think I have as many listeners, and I probably shouldn't say this. I don't know if I have as many listeners as I used to. I used to have
in the morning. I had a lot of people that said that when they got to work, that was kind of their thing. They turned the show on.
I heard that a lot after I switched to afternoons. I didn't realize how popular the show was in the morning hours.
Yeah,
I didn't realize that, and I
think it was a thing for people. They get up, they're turn it on while they're in the shower and getting ready for
morning
work
radio,
and stuff, and then listen to it in the car on the way to work, and
that's right.
Get to their office and turn it on for a bit and listen. Yeah. At the end of the day, it's just tougher because most people are trying to get out of the office or out of their car and home. And once they get home, then, they're switching to making dinner and make sure kids go to ball practice and all those different things.
Seems to me I volunteered to go back in the morning shift a while back.
You did?
But yeah, well, they kind of looked at me like, how long do you intend to work? I mean, we're going to shuffle everything around and get new shows. And then you're going to, how long do you intend to work? Of course, I don't know. As long as I can physically do it and it's still fun, I'll continue to do it. But,
Well, hopefully I get 4 more years on here with you.
Well,
I don't know. You never know.
Well, you never know.
Yeah.
I'm going to be around because I'm still a, in fit regular guy. You're still Mr. Beer and Pizza over there. So
I eat pretty healthy.
Do you eat pretty healthy?
No,
come on. What'd you have for
great.
lunch? What'd you have for lunch?
I had an Arby's big roast beef sandwich for lunch.
Well,
and a Diet Coke and a couple curly fries.
Well, I got to tell you that I had a couple
I only ate like maybe a third of the curly fries though.
I had breakfast this morning with Peterson out at Hy-Vee. I had one of their breakfast sandwiches, which was pretty good. And then I had 2 bratwursts for lunch on the grill, of course.
I had pasta last night.
Because I got to have grilled food in the summer.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely.
Your
I grilled some steaks the other night.
Did you?
And then sliced up some tomatoes and put some balsamic and olive oil, salt, pepper.
Talking. There you go.
Some fresh basil out of Michelle's herb garden.
Oh, God, that's
really good.
Yeah. I love that stuff, and I have plenty of steak and pork chops that I eat on the grill because I just love summer. But really get right down to it, a brat or a hot dog on the grill is with some, they're selling sweet corn all over town.
We've had sweet corn 3 times so far, and I got to pick up sweet corn tomorrow to take we're going to a barbecue on Saturday at a friend's house out of town. So they said, hey, you can bring the sweet corn. I said, no problem. I like going over to the Highway 7 market has that spot across the street from the hospital.
Oh, do they?
Yep. That is a great, it's for you.
Yeah.
Mike's phone's ringing.
Sorry. My phone's taking off.
They want to talk to you about your extended car warranty.
Yeah. It's a Des Moines number.
Yeah. We would like to talk to you about your extended car warranty.
Oh, God, I get emails. No, I don't want an extended car warranty. I don't want it. But anyway, everybody, of course, cooks out or has their favorite summer dishes.
Yeah.
I'll be back to Community Pizza and Amigos Pizza in January.
Yeah. Load up on carbs in the winter.
There you go. Although I do admit that over the 4th of July, we went down to Amigos and sat on the deck. A really perfect night, really. It wasn't too hot, and watched the river go by and had pizza, and Julie had beers, and I had my usual Diet Pepsi, of course. But it was a very nice night. It was great. She likes to eat pizza anytime, but I just, sometimes you got to do
I have 3 boys. They're young men, actually. And they'll eat pizza almost any day of the week.
Yeah.
I mean, we could probably order pizza every single night, and they'd be like, yeah, I'm fine with that.
I used to order pizza when I was a single parent, and my son would have pizza for breakfast, cold pizza, which
I have never been a fan of cold pizza.
I have never been.
I know a lot of people love to go to the fridge and grab 2 pieces of cold pizza and just wolf it down, and I never liked it. I like it hot.
I do too. I got to have it hot, and
I want the cheese to be gooey. And
there you go, man.
Sauce to be
There
warm.
you go. And we got a couple of pretty good pizza places in town.
We do.
Do we still have Pizza Hut in town, or is that
Pizza
closed?
Hut, yeah.
Is it
Yeah,
still?
it's delivery. Delivery
Delivery
and
only.
pickup only. Can't dine in.
I'm really sorry we lost Godfather's. You know.
Yeah, that was a bummer.
I guess if I really
mean,
wanted it to stay open,
Their
I should have
taco pizza was
Oh.
our favorite. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then they had that Godfather's. It was like a supreme, but it had mushrooms, olives, and onions, sausage, and pepperoni on it. That
Yeah.
one, I don't remember what it was called, but we ordered that one a lot. Their bacon cheeseburger was really good.
Terrific. You know, Godfather's a good pizza, but of
Too. And
course
great pizza.
I usually ask for delivery. You know, I rarely,
Mhm.
you know, I did that at Amigos.
We did the
here.
drive-through a lot at Godfather's. We would call and get it delivered occasionally. Just depends. If
I didn't even
one of
know
the-
they
if-
had delivery till
Yeah, one of the boys would say, "Oh yeah, I'll run and get it," so we'd send them off.
Yeah.
Go pick it up.
Well,
Often Grant, the youngest, he got nominated frequently to go get food. So like you're standing around in the kitchen, what are we doing? What are we gonna eat? And then Michelle and I are debating about what to make, and somebody goes Tico, and then we say, okay, who's going? And Grant is the youngest. He'd always go, I'll go.
I had no idea, and I've eaten a Taco Tico many times over the years, and I certainly will again. A friend of mine from Algona comes down here every now and then. I said, where do you want to go eat? I'm buying. He always says Taco Tico.
Yeah.
And people who moved away from Fort Dodge, grew up in Fort Dodge, moved away, like my son, the first
Mhm.
place they want to go is
Yeah.
Taco Tico.
We just had Michelle's really good friend from all the way back in grade school was just home staying with us. And she brought a friend of hers with a girlfriend of hers that they've known each other, and this girlfriend's wanted to always see where she grew up. So she brought her with, and Michelle and I didn't go. We were at work, but she took her girlfriend to Taco Tico, and she had this so hyped up. and she ate there, and I get off work, I get back home, and they'd been out goofing around or doing whatever, and I said, so what'd you think of Taco Tico? And she's like, I do not understand. And I'm like, I think you have to have grown up here to really appreciate it, because even they have one in Mason City.
Do they?
Yeah, and people, I've never heard Mason City people rave about Tico kind of like Fort Dodge people do.
No, when Luke was just a kid, if we let him pick where he wanted to go, it was Taco Tico.
Yeah.
And when he comes back to town now, which is infrequently, unfortunately, but when he comes back to town now, that's where he wants to go, Taco Tico. I don't, and again, I'm a fan of Taco Tico. I'll go there. I would go there more often, but frankly, the drive-through
It
line,
moves so quick though.
yeah, but it's out
it
in the
really
street,
does.
you know.
Yeah, that does kind of scare people away, but it amazes me how fast they can move that line there. They
Yeah.
really move that line quick.
They have a lot of experience.
Wendy's does the same thing. Wendy's, that line will be all the way out there at 5th South, and that thing winds way out there. And man, they just truck people through there.
Yeah.
I mean, really, all the drive-throughs. J-Mars is pretty fast considering what they're making.
J-Mars is pretty fast.
They're really fast. Tom Thumb's fast.
Yeah. Well, that's why we go there. you know.
Yeah,
Speed is one of the reasons you go to places
fast
like that.
casual.
I don't go to many of the big franchise places. You mentioned Wendy's. I don't go to Wendy's. I've been there before, but I don't go. I don't go to McDonald's, and I don't go to Hardee's. It's not that I have anything against them. I don't. I just prefer the different tastes that we have here in town. Doc Shivers, of course, had the restaurant over here, and he said he was trying to work with the city to find another restaurant for TC Mays. Do you know if he made any progress on that? Or
I don't know. I think
I asked David about that last Tuesday when he was on.
I haven't heard anything.
There was a unique taste too. That was the
Mhm.
Southern cooking,
Yep.
pretty heavy duty stuff. Yeah, they
Good
sent me.
stuff.
They sent me home more than once to take a nap after eating it.
The other one I like going to this time of year is Stee Burgers out on South 22nd.
Which place?
Stee Burgers.
Oh, is that right?
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah,
That's
that's
good.
the old George's, right?
Yeah, the old George's.
Mm.
I like their conies. They make pretty good conies there. And then Snack Shack makes great conies, but I made the mistake of ordering 2 last time I was there. Holy cow, they're big. I mean, I couldn't eat them both.
Really?
Very big.
Well, I'll have to try it.
Their wontons are really good there too.
Snack Shack has the same problem. I drive by Snack Shack and there's the line out the street.
The funny thing is, if you park and walk up to the window, you can get your ice cream rather quickly, and then you just walk back to your car instead of sitting in your car for 25 minutes waiting to get through the drive-thru. So I always just park and walk up to the window, but to each his own. Some people like to sit in their car and play on their phone or listen to the radio or whatever they're doing.
I guess. Yeah, well, they're mostly playing. That's the tragedy of for younger people is they never really got raised on radio. I was talking with a younger man earlier today, and I said, "What'd you listen to growing up?" He said, "The same thing I do now: Spotify and YouTube." And I said, "Where did you get your news?" He said, "YouTube."
Yeah, they really do.
And I don't know. That's why I always want to keep the show as local as possible, because you go through those national talk shows and really they're all saying the same thing. They could be liberal talk shows or conservative talk shows. The only one that stands out in my mind is Newsmax now, and I do watch that every then, but boy, they're mean. Their announcers look like they're going to come out of the TV and beat the hell out of you if you don't think the way they do. And nobody, of course, is as snarky as Rachel Maddow, unless it's me. But
you are pretty good.
I'm pretty snarky, aren't I?
Snarky. Yeah.
It's caught up with me several times, I'll tell you. Anyway, 955-1400, as you can tell, we're having a high-level city discussion.
Oh, God, just an amazing amount of really valuable information going across the airwaves today.
Well, we don't
talking about food.
We don't always have to talk about the serious issues of the day, for God's sake. Good afternoon. You're on the air with the mayor at AM 1400.
Don't forget about Clayton Ribs and Chicken.
Clayton's Ribs.
There's another one.
There's another great one. You're 100% correct. Stevens.
Those ribs are fantastic.
What's that you say?
Ribs are fantastic.
Oh, yeah, they are.
Yeah.
He has a great
haven't
product.
had his ribs in a while.
Haven't you?
Well, no, I did. I think he had some ribs. At what event was I at that he had some barbecue at? Oh.
I don't know what he was doing there. I think he was listening to the radio.
He might have been.
We gotta get Clayton downtown somehow.
I mean, anybody that's wanting to open a restaurant or do something, I mean, downtown be a good place to add some more dining opportunity.
I think I said that to Steve one time, Stephen Clayton, that he should go downtown. He said he liked where
I think he's got a good little spot where he's at, too.
That's what he said. It seemed to me that's what
he probably doesn't really want to do a full dining room and all that jazz.
Yeah.
Most of it's pick up or you can eat outside there. So
God, it's good though, especially if you like ribs.
Good ribs.
Good ribs, and he knows. I had his ribs at the Juneteenth celebration.
That's where it was. I had his ribs.
Right.
Yeah. I had a couple of ribs. I had some catfish. I had a bunch of different good food.
I did too. I had some catfish, and I forgot about how good catfish can be.
I love catfish. Yeah. The one of the sad things this summer is no blues under the trees. Because that guy always
a huge bummer.
That guy always came up from Louisiana with the jambalaya and the catfish and all that good food he brought up from down Louisiana. And I could have sat there and ate his catfish. I think last year, or not last year, the year before, I bought 2 servings of that and jambalaya. And Michelle's like, "Are you going to be okay?" And I'm like, "We're going to have to go home after this." I can't even move. But his catfish, I don't know what he put on it, but man, it was good. And then he had a hot sauce. Because I was always raving about his hot sauce. He gave me some of his hot sauce in like a jar, and I've never been able to find it. I don't know if he made it or what, but man, his hot sauce was good.
Yeah. I've never talked to Nate Gibson about it. Nate was in Lizard Creek Blues Society. I don't even know if is there such a thing as a Lizard Creek Blues Society anymore?
I'm not sure what's going on with that. I haven't talked to Nate about that either.
But man, they made the town and the whole area better.
Oh yeah. I had a ton of fun. They've had so many events over the last 20 some years they've been around. Tons of fun.
Used to have usually something at the Starlight, which was always good.
Yep. They would do that in the winter.
Yeah. And then, of course, Blues Under the Trees.
Blues Under the Trees. And then, they always seem to be able to get like a blues guy that might be traveling would stop and play at like Old Boston's or Shiny Top or some other place for like one night. And they would always be amazed that on like a random Tuesday that all these blues people would show up to listen, and you'd fill this bar or restaurant or wherever it would be on this random night instead of having half full dining room, they had a full bar of people wanting to listen to the blues. So
Oh, definitely.
the blues gets people together, man. It's good music.
And they had some great artists over the years.
Mhm.
They really did. Anyway, it's 4:31. Matt Bemrick is here. Well, we'll try to talk about something related to the city the next time around. But I'm not having a problem with talking about great food in Fort Dodge or blues under the trees and why we should try to, if Lizard Creek Blues Society, and I understand they're probably at a point of burnout now, the people that ran it, we should try to see for the good of the city if we can put together something like that in the future. Maybe somebody needs to do something like me.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, we'll be back.
Divine Intervention is online at yourfortdodge.com, on Twitter